one for us to tap in third eye open like the river. I be running thoughts glowing, popping up with idea. Yes, yes, you can tell a friend that I'm smitten. I'm the Mr. 007. I'm not here to preach the gospel, but I goes in like the reverend. Shoes off when I walk in and keep it chillin' peaceful. I'm the neurotoxins fighting off the disease. Cool and collected, well respected. Save the drama for your mama. Speak your mind, hit the lip, kick you chew. Every person in the building come up and tell me what you think. I retired from the streets, now pushing content and chill beats. Gotta keep your head up even when you feel defeats.
I reside on 5th, the level of the stars. Yes, I'm closer to the sun rotation round Mars. I spit bars on my mind, I travel really far. I took my pain and my struggle, then I wrapped it in a bundle. Even when I stumble, I'll remain humble till this world's crumbles. I'll be the rumble in the jungle. It took me many, yes, just stages. I flipped the page of my life's novel, chapter 82. This track right here is you. You're a gift and a promise, but if you that new, I grew up very quiet. Me, I stayed the self, then I went away to prison. Now my life up on the shelf, I felt defeated like it's over, but my mind recreated. I contemplated, this my statement. I cracked the ground as I walk on the pavement. Left arm hold my legacy. Phoenix rose the rashes of a father, but this life has a channel that can tap into the heavens. Yes, my name is Mr. 7, but you call me the one golden child of the city. Never looking for your pity or the fussing and the fighting. Got us looking really silly. Come get with me on this travel back into the heartlands. I stand 10 toes down because me, I fear no man. Yes, I colder than ice and I smoother than sand. Why you say that makes no sense? I walk the earth and conquer land. My lyrics are atomic and my flow is supersonic. I got a J and some tonic, not a vision of the chronic. 43rd chapter of my life, I still got it. My flows of the ocean cause I'm surfing to the beat. Yes, it's Smitty on the corner. You can catch me in the streets. I will give a good word, but do not like to preach. By my head, say a prayer. Thank you for this daily bread. Only get that's dying cause the life must live. This ain't half of what I got. This all can give respect to you. This how we do. I'm Ghost.
Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sent from the cloud. They talking mine now, but I'm just fighting for my blood and my life. Yeah. Sent from the heaven, king on 7, trials on trials, still count blessings. Wait on the revelating, heart in heaven. I stay patient, I'm beyond the angels. I am mad, I bleed, I'm tangled. Soul on my back, axe on the strap. Go with the weight of the world in my lap. Touching my can, we doubling back. Pray with my palm, but I'm ready for that. Long Star County King, that's greatness. Stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acres, you can keep your Grammys. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is greatness, DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Long Star County King, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation. Still waiting on revelation. Till then I'm in rotation. Hurting my chases, but I'm chasing. Turn my scars into statements. I don't need to stage a camera. I need these papers, hand and hammer. Still in my spine, still in my hands. Guarding my blood, I'm holding this land. They can test, they can try, they can hate me. I've been forging a fire that will make me PG Ray. Lone Star in my vein. DMV on the map, say the name. Lone Star County King, that's greatness. Stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acres, you can keep your Grammy. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is greatness, DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Don't talk Cooney Cat, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Much respect, respect. Welcome back to another episode. We're gonna go ahead and get this bad boy kicked off. You already know how we do. Okay, now let me get my headphones, make sure that my sound is correct. As always, y'all know me. Or at least I hope you do by now. But before we get started on this, I want to make sure that I always do this the right way. And I want to ask you, how's your day? How's it starting off? How's your headspace? And how did yesterday treat you, considering we are very early in the morning? So I got a few things that I definitely want to talk about. So, you know, y'all know me. I'm always doing different type of topics. I don't do the normal everyday what everybody else does, okay? So I want to talk about some things that I believe is important, and that's alienation. That's right. People who feel alienated, people who feel like the outcast, people who feel like for some reason, I know I do belong, but people try to convince me that I don't. That's what we're going to be talking about here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're also going to be talking about a few other things too, right? But how I want to start this off, I want to start this off on the right note, right? So, you know, I know things like this isn't always the funnest to listen to, but you know something? I was on the show the other day. Shout out to Drip, and we had a topic, right? We had a topic that consisted of, what did it consist of? The topic consisted of, let me see something. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Let me do something here. Let me do this right here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So we were talking about, like, you know, Black inventors, right? And I was very embarrassed to know how much I didn't know. I was shocked that I just did not know Black inventors. So what I want to do is I just want to start it off on a good note. I want to start it off on something we normally do not take time to go ahead and peep and respect. So let's go ahead and start it off there. And then we're going to get to the meat and bones of things. Y'all know that's just how I do, just so we can go ahead, let a few more people get in the building. But let's start it off the right way. And I am going to share my screen starting now. Let's get it. So let's go ahead and let's listen to this. Things that, you know, most of us ain't even hip to, but let's rock out. I digress. My mic is muted.
Put for more, while you also keep the channel growing. Your support means a great deal to us. Let's begin. 1. Gladys West, mathematician who gave us GPS. Gladys West.
Oh, and for the record, I want to state this. I'm very, like the more I learn as I get older, the more I'm disappointed in my upbringing in the school system. I had no clue of just about all of these people. There might be, I don't know, maybe 3 of them I know or are familiar with, should I say. But this was crazy how I had no clue these people existed, because these are things that they try to hide from us and keep lost. So let's go ahead and get on to this, and then we'll get to the meat and bones of the topic for today. Let's rock out, and I thank you all for tuning in. The time right now is 8:12 a.m. East Coast Standard Time. Let's go ahead and rock out.
1930 till present is a mathematician whose extremely detailed model of the Earth became the foundation of GPS that is used today in countless applications, including navigation and communication. Born in 1930 in a small community in Virginia, Gladys West fantasized about escaping rural life.
Oh, and for the record, all these blacks that we're basically looking at are from here. That's right. Black Americans, the ones that people be saying you have no culture, you have no history. What have you ever done? That's right. That's right. See this right here? This is us. It don't have to be February. I don't care when we do it. It's supposed to be year round, right? So let's go ahead and rock out.
And felt that education was her only way out. She earned top grades to win a full scholarship to Virginia State College and took on babysitting and teaching jobs to support herself. In 1956, shortly after graduating with a master's in mathematics, she was hired by the U.S. Naval Surface Warfare Center, at the time becoming only the second black woman ever to be hired at the facility. The very first computers arrived during that time, so she quickly learned how to program to analyze satellite data. After showcasing her skills working on award-winning studies looking at Pluto's motion relative to Neptune, she was named project manager for the CSAT radar altimetry project, the first.
Why we never heard of this? Is it just me? Am I the only one saying to myself, why wasn't this national headlines? I wonder.
Satellite that could monitor the oceans. It was here that she created the detailed mathematical model of the shape of the Earth.
Look at all them white folks standing around just so proud to get this black information once again. Just so proud to get this black wisdom. Look at her smiling as she should be, training and teaching all these white folks. Ain't that something?
Which accounted for things like gravitational and tidal forces that change the Earth's shape. However, after retiring in 1998 and recovering from a stroke, Gladys West went back to school to earn her PhD at the age of 70. It was only in 2017, after the release.
Wait a minute. So you telling me she did all of that GPS formation, satellite, and she still went back to school to get a PhD after all of that? Like, that's amazing to think. She was capable of doing all of those things, and she did not have a PhD. Ain't that something?
Of the movie Hidden Figures, that she started to receive recognition for her role in revolutionizing navigation. 2. John Standard. He was said to be born in 1891 and hailed from Newark, New Jersey. He is known to have patented an improvement in the design of refrigerator and a gas stove design. John Standard lived in a time when racial discrimination was notorious in American society.
Yep, so every time you're able to have some hot food and you're able to keep your food nice and cold and preserved, you no longer have to dig it into the ground and cover it with salt in the winter time, because a black man helped us develop the mechanisms for a refrigerator. Ain't that something?
And African Americans were looked down on by the American whites. John Standard's obscurity comes as a direct example of the racial mindset of the people. Surprisingly, even with the existence of a huge number of information websites on the World Wide Web, there is not one reliable source that can provide any substantially complete information about John Standard. However, what has been documented about him is that he patented an improvement in the design of the refrigerator on June 14, 1891. Contrary to a widespread belief, John Standard did not invent the refrigerator. He applied an improvement to its design. Another of John Standard's inventions was a portable form of stove that he patented on October 29, 2013. John Standard lived a life of obscurity, owing to the oppressive time he lived in. It is speculated that John Standard worked as a help for American white women and aided in sewing chores. Records were not made for African Americans, and there is wide speculation of John's birth and death records. In fact, there is no substantial record of John Standard's death or his family life. It comes as a surprise that such a person who contributed such key inventions to everyday innovation was lost to obscurity.
I'm not surprised. And the reason why I'm not surprised, and shout out to Wody, shout out to Jack. Okay, I see you in the building. I don't know, Jack, do you got a wrench? Yeah. You got your wrench over here. I'm just making sure, bruh. Just making sure, because we all know you king moderator around this bad boy. But nah, like, seriously though, this is how it's been throughout history. History is always, you know how they say victory is told by the victor, right? So whoever's victorious in that battle, that's the one who will be able to tell the story. And what we know about the old war days, see, I'm not surprised at none of this, because this is something that's been going on for centuries now. Back during the old kingdom castle days, right? The Knights of the Great Table, those days, when they would go and conquer any castle, right? Any kingdom or queendom, whichever that existed, what they would do is, after they take it over, the very first thing that they do simultaneously is two things. They go ahead and they take all the women and they make them theirs, and they have their children be heirs of their tribe. And then what they do is they burn all their books. That's something that's happened throughout history. Burning, like we're going to make sure you're erased, from Genghis Khan all the way to Emperor Constantine. I mean, this is something that's been going on for centuries. So I'm not surprised that there are a lot of folks, even like Nat Turner. A lot of people don't even know exactly when he was born and all of this. It's a lot of, like, you know what I'm saying, real fogginess around when these people actually did exist. But let's keep on going, because we got a few things to talk about. Let's rock out. I thank y'all for tuning in. The time right now was 8:19 a.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you for watching. Let's rock out.
Owing to a misplaced sense of racial bias, a search in the death records directory gives no result of the information of birth and death of a person named John Standard. All information that is available is through word of mouth, which is highly unreliable. It comes as a shame as to how prominent people could be ignored and downsized because they did not belong to the appropriate color. 3. Lewis Howard Latimer.
Hey, bro, can you make me something?
But you know something though, while we going through this commercial, I wonder, is it real? Do y'all like y'all let me know, do you believe it's really about the color, or do you believe that it's about power? Because power sees no color. Power is just those who want to dominate and conquer. They'll do it to their own, and even me and you and everybody else in between. So what's your thoughts on that? Let's keep on going.
November 11th, 1925, Latimer was an American inventor and patent draftsman. His inventions included an evaporative air conditioner, an improved process for manufacturing carbon filaments for light bulbs.
Yep. That nigga said, it's too many of us in this damn room and it's hot. Look, we need to think of something. Started off with a fan and some ice cubes and a couple straws, and look at what we came up with. God dang it, Jim. Well, look at us, and don't nobody ever tell me my people are not amazing.
And an improved toilet system for railroad cars. In 1884, he joined the Edison Electric Light Company, where he worked as a draftsman. Latimer's innovations in the design of carbon filaments, which were used in incandescent light bulbs, significantly improved the bulb's efficiency and made it more practical for everyday use. His contributions to the lighting industry helped make electric lighting more accessible and affordable.
That's his name, because I was literally just talking about this guy. How I was saying, you see all those mechanisms inside of the bulb? Thomas Edison only did the outside of that. No. It was a black man that did all of that you see that actually gives us light. So we no longer have to use dangerous ass candles. Yes, that's right. Look at what we made. This is us. This is Black Americans. This is what we have contributed to. This is what we produce. And that's why I'm so proud of my people. Even as ignorant as we can be, god dang it, I'm still proud of my own, and I will never forsake us.
While Thomas Edison is often credited with inventing the practical incandescent light bulb, Latimer's contributions to its development were invaluable, and he played a crucial role in advancing the technology. Though Latimer is sometimes referred to as the Black Edison, it is curious at worst and strange at best to note that more often than not, his name is never mentioned in a text when the question of who invented the light bulb is raised.
And that is who did it. I literally was just talking about this. I swear, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. Thank you. I appreciate you for bringing that to me, God. Thank you so much, because I was wondering, what's the guy's name?
This being the fact that Latimer has the patent on the carbon filament, the portion of the light bulb that makes it last longer. 4. Elijah McCoy. Born on the 2nd of May, 1844, Elijah McCoy was the inventor who revolutionized the railroad. He was a passionate inventor who ended up with 57 patents, 50 of which were related to the lubrication of steam engines, as well as a folding ironing board and a lawn sprinkler. Facing educational barriers in Canada, McCoy was sent to Edinburgh, Scotland at the age of 15 to pursue an education in engineering. When he returned to North America, he got a job as a fireman and oiler at the Michigan Central Railroad, where he used his engineering training to help solve some of the common engine overheating problems. His first patent was for an automatic lubrication system for locomotive steam engines in 1872. However, he continued to invent and refine his devices, and by the time...
Why don't we know these people? Why? Why do I know more rappers and athletes
and entertainers in the movie and TV industry, then I know these people that have all of these comforts of our lives, from light bulbs to refrigerators, GPS, satellite coordinations. All of these things are stuff that but for some reason, I know more about Jordan and LeBron. I'm embarrassed. I feel ashamed.
Turn of the century, he had produced more patents than any other black inventor at the time. Lacking funding to manufacture his inventions, he sold off many of his patents. However, by 1920, he was able to establish the Elijah McCoy Manufacturing Company and finally produce his inventions under his own name. Legend suggests that his work was so sought after that it would be requested by name, which may be the origin of the phrase, the real McCoy. Though McCoy is perhaps known as the most prolific of all black inventors, his
The real McCoy. And that's us. Come on now. I think I'm going to start adopting that one.
name was not even
Don't be surprised if you see me pop up on the panel called The Real McCoy. Okay? Don't be surprised. Y'all ain't got to ask me who's that in the back. You ain't got to be like, do y'all know who The Real McCoy is? Like, stop playing with me, right? Let's get it.
mentioned in an authoritative book on the history of the American locomotive industry. The 1922 book by engineer E.L. Abrams' Lubrication of Locomotives identifies several early pioneers and organizations with no mention of McCoy, nor did any other lubrication literature credit him during that time.
So everybody been going around here as the fake McCoy, talking about they're the real McCoy, and this is the real McCoy.
5. Alexander Miles. Alexander Miles was a successful black inventor in the late 19th century, best known for inventing elevator doors that could automatically open and close. His invention made riding an elevator much safer, with automatic doors still being a standard feature on
Yep, no more steps. Look at all of the comfortability that black men have contributed to this country.
modern-day elevators. Alexander Miles was born on May 18, 1838 in Circleville, Ohio, to Michael and Mary Miles. Sometime in his early adulthood, he moved to Waukesha, Wisconsin, where he worked as a barber throughout the 1860s. Miles experienced great success as a barber in Duluth,
Shout out to the shape-ups. Shout out to the shape-ups.
opening a barber shop in the 4-story St. Louis Hotel.
Apparently, you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt.
Hold
with
on,
Wix
y'all. Let's get
Harmony.
through
I don't know
it.
if
I
it's gonna
got
be
you.
possible.
Wow. Let's get back
He
to
even
it.
used his savings to purchase a real estate office. His business achievements earned him a spot as the first black member of the Duluth Chamber of Commerce. In 1884, Miles built a 3-story brownstone building in an area that became known as the Miles Block. However, during elevator rides in his buildings, Miles witnessed the risks associated with an elevator shaft door accidentally left open. There were many examples of people accidentally falling to their death through the shaft because the elevator doors at the time had to be manually operated. Miles was determined to solve this problem. He attached a flexible belt to the elevator cage, which touched drums positioned along the elevator shaft, directly above and below the floors. His invention allowed elevator shaft doors to operate at the correct times. The elevator doors were automated through a series of levers and rollers. Alexander Miles was granted a patent for his invention on October 11th, 1887.
I just want to know why I've never heard about him in the history books. Why is he never spoken about during Black History? Why don't we know who this guy is? Do you know who this guy is? I know now. I didn't know before. Why? I'm 43. That's a damn shame. This man did this decades ago. Let's get it.
Before his death on May 7th, 1918, Miles was considered the wealthiest black person in the Pacific Northwest area.
Look at that. Another wealthy black. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Another wealthy black.
Largely due to income from his invention. Miles was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2007. 6. Benjamin Bradley. Benjamin Bradley was an innovative inventor in the field of steam engines. Born into slavery in Maryland in the mid-19th century, he faced limited
Shout out to the DMV. Shout out to the DMV. Let's go, Maryland.
access to education, but taught himself engineering. Despite being a slave and unable to legally patent his inventions, Bradley sold his high-powered steam engine. This earned him enough money to buy his own freedom. The steam engine's high power output and efficiency made it a popular choice for use in ships, locomotives, and other large machinery. However, Bradley did not stop there. He continued to improve upon his design and was eventually granted several patents for his work. 7. Henry Blair. He was the second African.
I want to know, how many of these people do y'all know? Do y'all know any of these names? Have y'all ever seen these faces in history books or whatever? Maybe we've come across a couple of them here or there, but have you really truly heard and know about their story? If somebody asked you who did this, who did that, what's the name of this person that invented blah, 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 would you be able to know? I'm telling you now, I don't with my black ass. That's a shame. We don't be knowing our history. So when they try to say briefly that we don't have any history, no. I'm learning more now. It's not that we don't have a history. It's that we have not learned it to where we can go ahead and recite it back to those who are not hip. We just don't know what to tell them. We have an abundance to be able to say, but we just don't know what to say. So a lot of us will go around here talking about we don't have no black culture. You think Africans and people from other countries have heard about these people? No, they haven't. Heck, how can they? Most of us here haven't. Ain't that a damn shame?
American inventor to receive a U.S. patent. He was born in Saluda, South Carolina, United States in 1807. His first invention was the seed planter, patented October 14, 1834. Which allowed farmers to plant more corn using less labor and in a shorter time. On August 31, 1836, he obtained a second patent for a cotton planter. This invention worked by splitting the ground with two shovel-like blades which a horse pulled along. A wheel-driven cylinder followed, dropping the seed into the newly plowed ground. Blair had been a successful farmer for years and...
Look at that. Look at what, from the days of slavery, we were able to think of to make the job easier. Like, come on, man. Like, we are very much so an amazing creation of our loving creator. We are an amazing creation. I swear, we're extremely fascinating to the rest of the world. We just have to remember that we're that amazing and fascinating.
Developed the inventions to increase efficiency in farming. In the patent records, listed as a man, making this identification the only one of its kind in early patent records. Blair was illiterate, therefore he signed his patents with an X. It is said that Blair was a freedman. When his patents were granted, United States patent law...
How you do that and you can't read? I want y'all to think about that. I just want to pause right there. I want you to look at that guy's face. That man was illiterate. He could not read. He signed his name with an X, but he was able to patent that, in which now we have something called tractors to this day. Okay? Like, come on, man. The man couldn't read, and he was able to develop that. And you try and tell, man, stop playing with me. Stop playing with my people.
Or allowed freed and enslaved people to obtain patents. In 1857, this law was challenged by an enslaver who claimed that he owned all the fruits of the slaves' labor, including their inventions. This resulted in a change of the law in 1858, which stated that enslaved people were not citizens and could not hold patents. Blair died in 1860. In 1871, 6 years after the American Civil War ended, the law was changed to grant all men patent rights.
All right, so that's fascinating. I want to go through this one last one. We're going to look at this sister. I'm going to go through this one last one, and then I'm going to go ahead. We're going to switch it over to the next topic, which I'm fascinated at the mentality of men today, and we're going to look into that a little bit more, so stay tuned. It's very interesting. Let's get it.
8. Alice Ball. Born in 1892 and died in 1916, Alice Ball became the first black person and the first woman to earn a master's degree in chemistry at the College of Hawaii. In her short life, she developed the first effective treatment for leprosy, a bacterial infection that has affected humans for thousands of years. While working towards her degree in pharmaceutical chemistry at the University of Washington, she had her work published in prestigious science journals, which was rare for women, and especially black women. After graduating, she moved to Hawaii to get her master's degree. While there, she studied the oil from a Shawmugra tree, which was used as a topical treatment for leprosy with mixed results. In 1915, Ball figured out how to isolate the fatty acid components of the oil and make it injectable so it would dissolve in the bloodstream. This became the first effective method to alleviate leprosy symptoms, changing the lives of thousands of leprosy patients around the world who until then had to live in isolation to avoid spreading the disease. However, she was unable.
Absolutely. God, I mean, look at this, man. This is my brothers and my sisters. These are our ancestors. This is the lineage in which we come from.
To publish her results herself as she died in 1916 at the age of 24. Some accounts suggest she died after inhaling chlorine gas following a lab accident. A year later, the president of the University of Hawaii claimed
in the name of science
her discovery for himself and published the findings without giving her credit. It wasn't until 1922 when her colleagues published her findings that she was given the recognition she deserved, although the University of Hawaii didn't formally recognize her work for nearly 90 years.
Can you imagine doing something so significant, so phenomenal, and no one, matter of fact, the reason why they don't know is because they tried to erase you. You literally have done something that has magnified the change of life, and they tried to erase you. Like, come on now.
Even
so, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody about what have we done. It is a fact. They have gone through extensive lengths to make sure that you never know who we were and who we are. Now, that's the attack that I do know that we're under. Let's keep on rocking out before we switch over.
Even though her research career was tragically cut short, the Ball method was used for decades until new treatments were discovered.
All right. So I'm going to do a part 2 on that because I want to stretch that out. I'm going to do a part 2. So what we're going to do now is respect to the family. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and switch it over. So as I was speaking about earlier, I've noticed that there are a lot of people that feel as if they do not belong. A lot of people feel exiled, right? And things of that nature. So I'm curious about that. So I want to listen to this guy who's, giving his take on it, on why folks feel as if they are that way. Now, let's go ahead and listen. Very interesting. So I don't know. He just kind of popped up on my timeline. Shout out to him. What's his name? I have to hold on. I gotta look at it. Hold on. Let's get it. Let's listen to this because he's interesting, right?
I've been working on myself for a long time, and just trying to get my mind right, and just trying to fix the way I think, because I was having a lot of problems when I was back in the days. I was having a lot of problems with my life, and I'm just like, man, I don't even know what to do no more. And I got real mad and real frustrated at a lot of people. I got mad with a lot of my friends and everybody. I was just mad at everybody, man, because they weren't doing what I wanted them to do. You know what I'm saying?
So what is that? Is that a self problem, or is that a actual problem that he has in his life?
I was just like, you know what? If they won't listen to me, if they won't listen to my ideas, because I'm the type of dude, I got ideas, just probably like how you do. I got ideas for people. I'm a visionary. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see that we can accomplish something and it can help all of us out, I'm going to try to tell somebody that idea, that vision, so we can all be living good, So
far from what I'm hearing, you don't want to be around people because nobody wants to do what you want them to do, how you want them to do it. Okay. All right. Let's keep on listening. I don't know. Maybe bro gonna switch it up, but let's keep on listening. This is interesting.
So we can all reap the benefits of it. And I was always like that with a lot of people that I was close to. Like everybody I was close to, everybody I used to come in contact with. I'm just the trend. I'm the dreamer. You feel me? I'm the dreamer, and I always got good ideas. And I'm like, nobody would ever listen to me and shit. So I said, fuck it. I'm just gonna go into my damn cave, and I ain't gonna talk to nobody no more.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on, wait a minute. All right. So because you weren't able to actually get people to just go along with what you're saying, because for whatever reason you feel as if you weren't being heard, which I can understand what that feels like. I'm not even going to knock that. But one thing that I do know is I start to then evaluate myself in my circle. Now I'm waiting to see at what point does he say I had to evaluate myself. That's the key point that I'm looking out for at this point, right? Because if you keep on having these results, then you have to then take time to step back, say to yourself, who is in my circle? And if they are not conducive to what it is that you're looking for in your results of friendship, then you need to go ahead and adjust your circle. Let's keep on going.
That's how I did. And I've been doing that for years. You know, if I talk to anybody now, it's briefly. You know, but
Taxes.
1 second. Let's go.
I can't do people no more. Like I can barely hang out when I go out and stuff. I have every time I go out on the weekends when I try, I can't get into it no more.
I can get with you on that part, bruh. And the only reason why is because I love my home so much. See, I had so many years of real deal being on the streets, and I'm talking about once upon a time in my life, I didn't show back up home until maybe about 3:30, 4 in the morning on average. By the time I finally go to sleep, I mean, shit, it's the sun about to come right back up. So I know what he's talking about, but I ain't never got to the point where I'm saying to myself, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and exile myself from people in its entirety. No.
I'm completely disconnected from everybody in the world. Like, I don't understand why people do what they do. Because you might be the same way. Like, I'm
That's because you're too busy focused on why people do what they do. See, the thing is, you're disturbing your own peace, my brother. You are disturbing your own peace because you keep on trying to have yourself be involved in what everybody else has going on. And when you keep your own peace, that's because you know that no matter what it is that they do, that has nothing to do with me.
I'm a psychologist person, like a psychological person. Like, I see people's behaviors, I see people's mannerisms, I can read people's energies, I can look at people's facial expression and know that they lying or they.
Yep, and I can also listen to a person's story and know that you've been hanging around the wrong folks. Like, that's really what I'm getting at this point. You've just been around the wrong people, my brother. It's nothing wrong with you, and it's probably nothing wrong with them. It's just that you're hanging around a tribe that you're not a part of. You're not in your village.
On some BS, I can just see through people too good. You know, and I find that, like, when I go out in public, everybody is passing me. I see what they really feeling. I just see what he's feeling. I know what he's going through. I know what these two girls talking about when they walk by. I can hear them. Like, I hear so much. It's like when you stepping outside, it's like you stepping into the Matrix or something. Like the Matrix. Like, everybody's so programmed and like.
Little do you know, the real Matrix is when you step inside yourself. Now that's the real maze.
It's like everybody trying to be somebody that they not, man. And it's like, I can't do it. So like I said, I used to go out regularly, bro. Like, I used to have, like, this is my life. Like 3 years ago, man. I used to get a bottle of liquor every day.
I wish I knew how old this guy was, because depending on your age, black man, you're supposed to slow it down as you get older. Not saying you're not supposed to live your best life or still have fun, but yeah, like once you reach a certain age, you're supposed to have certain things out your system, is my belief. That's just my belief. Certain things like going like having to have a lit ass Friday night all the time. Like some like at some point that should be out your system. You should be able to have a nice little quiet Friday night. Even if you can still have fun, but it should mold and shift on how you have that fun. It should.
Like, and I didn't feel like an alcoholic. I didn't, because I was just enjoying myself because I could do it. I had the money. I didn't have nobody around. I didn't have no girlfriend or nothing. So I'm just like, well, let me turn up. I'm in my own apartment where I was paying $5,000 for. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine, $5,000 luxury apartment. I ain't even have no car at that time. I was just doing so damn good. I ain't even want to drive. I had enough.
Why do people do that? Just sidebar. Why do y'all do that? You know, you can have a house for that price a month. A whole house with a yard. Like, why would you do that?
Money. Like, I had enough money. This is like I told you, this is when I started going into like my little doing me. You know what I mean? I had money to the point. I still got a little bit of money today, but I ain't rich. But I'm just saying, back in those days, I was doing a little better.
You doing all right? We got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, you was doing your thing.
You know what I mean? But I would never even. I would rent a chauffeur. I would rent black tinted window SUVs everywhere I wanted to go.
Okay, all right. So why are you doing that? See, this is now what we have to take the time to look into. Why exactly are you doing that? For what reason? What's the reason? What's the purpose? Right? Is it truly because that's something that's truly your lifestyle, or are you trying your best to make yourself seem a certain way in the optics of others? Let's go. And that's just for anybody to think about.
Like I said, that's when I was going out. That's when I was going out every weekend, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I just got to a point, man, my awakening, man, I just started to see stuff clearly. Like, what am I doing? Like, I just started to see that people don't mess with me like that. They can't connect with me like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I just started to see that, like, my something was different about me than everybody else. So, you know, it got to a point like,
you should. Everybody should see that. See, that's when you know you're thinking for yourself. So that's a start. You should know every person hearing my voice, everybody who exists and breathe air should know you're different from everybody else. Again, even identical twins have different fingerprints. It is a direct indication to let you know you're still an individual. Let's rock out.
Wow.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. The time right now is 8:47 a.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all for watching.
People, I just started to refrain from kicking it with people and stuff like that. And so, like, fast forward to the day, you know what I mean? I'm still that same dude, but I'm just saying, like, up from that point when I was having my awakening and stuff, like, to I am now, I really don't want to be around people and have nothing to do with people. Like when my phone ring, I get kind of mad.
Sometimes in life, you will have a moment and periods in your life when you're going through what I call the chrysalis stage, right? So you encase yourself into the chrysalis, and it is a time in your life where you should be just to yourself. I definitely agree with that, actually. But the thing is that we have to recognize the balance in which that should take place, because if you have that go on too long, then you will develop something which we call cabin fever. Let's keep on rocking out.
I don't even know why. I just be like, when my phone ring, I get kind of mad or something like that, you know, like, or if I'm driving, I know I got road rage now, not like crazy road rage, like jump out and start yelling at somebody. I'm just like talking to myself negatively in the car because people can't drive, if you ask me.
No, you're talking to yourself negatively because you're alone too much. You don't see when your balance of socializing is thrown off, you'll find yourself talking to yourself just to make do. Trust me, I know.
A lot of people just can't drive. And I be thinking to myself, like, how they got their license? Like, they need to go back to driving school, man. I'm telling you, like, it ain't even you that's the dangerous one driving. It be these bots. People can't drive. Like today, I was just coming from the store, man. I had to go to the store and get me some chicken or whatever. And I don't know, I've been on that baked chicken lately, but I went and got me some chicken. I was coming outside to cross the street, like in the front of the store, and it was a car coming down the little road pathway thing or whatever. And I just stopped. I stopped, like, because I already know, like, go ahead, like, come on. Because, you know what I'm saying? I already know traffic, you got to get the traffic out the way. So the car is just sitting there, and I'm just like, come on, let's go. The car is still sitting there. And I'm like, come on. And they flick their lights like, go, you go. I'm like, you know what? God, I'm not going to get upset. It's just stupid stuff like that people do that make me just want to not even be around.
It's not about, it's stupid things that people do, and I spoke about this yesterday. What it is that when you lower your expectations, see, the thing is this, I'm dead ass serious. Like, I don't have the same expectation that people are going to operate and think how I do. Where most of us, a lot of times, and I found it happening to myself for decades, right? I would get frustrated because I'm like, why you not thinking how I'm thinking? Instead of me just I should have just went on ahead and went and thought for myself at that moment, think how I think, should I say. Let's keep on rocking out. Let's see what we got, because we got one last video after this, because this is crazy.
People. It made me not even be around people because I see too much stupidity, if you know what I mean. And I don't claim to be the smartest man in the world and nothing like that. I don't. I just feel like don't nobody got no common sense no more. Just regular, general common sense, man. And so I learned, just being by myself, I'm like, yo, damn, I'm actually becoming more peaceful. Like when you by yourself, even though it hurts because you don't have nobody around you, you know what I'm saying? Even though it sucks because you can't call on nobody, you always have that thought back in like, if you're alone, like, you always have that thought in the back of your head where it's like, man, what if something happened to me, like right now? Nobody will know where you at. Nobody, because you don't talk to nobody, right? Like, what if you just, I don't know, what if you just like passed out or something? Don't want nobody, you won't even know who you can actually call to come and help you because you already know you don't F with nobody and don't nobody F with you. Or like, what if you got caught up in some type of real bad situation, some type of bind or something like that, and you had to have some money to get out of jail or something? You can't even call nobody to post.
Well, see, the thing about it is, black man, during that time in which you're to yourself, right? So all that time that you to yourself, what you're supposed to be doing is you are supposed to be making sure that since I'm making this decision, that I'm alienating myself. I'm not going to be around people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I get all measures and precautions put in check. Whatever it is I got going on will-wise, whatever it is, my money-wise, what I'm going to do with this and that and everything else, you're supposed to put all of that in place. If you're able to live your life and be off to yourself, then you should know what to do to put precautions in place to make sure that once you're gone from here, you still have everything going. You see what I'm saying? So like, think about it. I don't know. Look, I know it's crazy. Y'all gonna think I'm being animated, but I am. Okay. Batman's a loner, right? I mean, he got Alfred, but Batman's a loner. Batman has put in every precaution that needs to be made. You see what I'm saying? To make sure that whatever's going on, he's straight. But let's keep on going.
Post for you, you know what I mean, to bail you out, because you don't mess with nobody. And so, like, I just learned, like, being alone, you start to realize, like, you really don't need nobody.
The one who dies with the...
Do you really not need nobody? Ooh, hold on. Do you really not need anybody? Because we got to remember that if you say that you not need anybody, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to start losing your edge of purpose. But that's just my thought process. Let's go.
You don't need other people around. You don't. And I think that's what God be trying to get most of us to understand. And I think that's why a lot of people's lives don't go the way that they wanted to be or the way that they wanted to go, because a lot of people depending on everybody but God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is dependent on, I'm depending on this dude. I'm waiting on her to come. I'm waiting on him. I'm waiting on the job to do this. And it's like you never gonna get what you want from other people because they can't treat you like God can. But it's like if you be by yourself and you can't do people no more and stuff, that's the only thing that can help you is God. And it just seems like your life go way more better with just him.
Yeah, but God also put so many other people on planet Earth for a reason. No matter what you say, no matter how you try to go about it, none of us are able to do this entire life by ourselves. You're always going to need somebody for something, whether it's a doctor to do surgery or a barber to cut your hair.
I don't know if I'm the only one to feel that way, but just being with God, man, I have more peace, more happiness. I don't need nobody because all my needs are met. Everything is provided for me. It always comes at the right place at the right time. It's like God is really live up to his word, for real. He maketh thee lie down in green pastures, for real.
What did he just say? Hold on. What was that? What was that?
In green pastures, for real. You see, that's the green pasture right there. I'm lying here. That's my house right there. That's my house. I'll be out there. I'm for real though, real talk, man. It'd be like, and it's like, it's like when you got people in your life, when you got friends, or you try to have friends and stuff like that, you have more problems, man. It be these NPCs. You think this girl is cool with you? You meet her one day and she chopping it up. Hey. About like 72 hours later, she act like a Decepticon. She acting all phony. I didn't know that you wanted me to reach out to you. I didn't want to be a nuance to you. I know you busy. You don't even know me. How you know I'm busy? Okay, you assume.
You mean nuisance, black man nuisance, not a nuance. She can't be a nuance. She can be a nuisance, but I don't know about a nuance. But let's keep on going. It's okay. It might just have been a typo.
I'm busy. I didn't want to be a nuance to you. No, boo. You didn't want to be a nuance to me because you just too lazy to use your fingers and reach out.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. But yeah, listen, right? It's funny that he says that. It's funny. It's so funny that he says that. What we got right here. So look, right? Let's go ahead. You can say that all you want, Ignat. You can say that all you want, sir. Nah, but I want to look at something right here, though. This is what I want to look at, right? Because this dude right here that I'm bringing up next, it's a very fascinating character in his headspace, and let's go ahead and break this down. Let's see what we got. 1 second. Let's do it. And we are here. All right. You ready? Now, I already know when somebody's given this strong, it's nothing wrong with a disclaimer, right? There's nothing wrong at all with a disclaimer. But when you're given this strong of a disclaimer, I start to recognize, you about to say some shit that's going to be something, right? Let's go ahead and listen. So this guy is talking to us about him being a security guard, and he was working. He was working as a security guard at nightclubs, and he's talking about all the single moms that come into the club. Now let's just listen to what this guy has to say. Okay, let's go ahead and get it. Let me pull this up. Bow. Let's rock out.
I'm not gonna hold back. Not only am I gonna share with you guys what I learned as a bouncer, but also in my own personal life, so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did and waste years of your life. And yeah, this video might offend some people, you know what I'm saying? People might not like this video, but everything that I'm gonna talk about in this video are facts, they're truth, and their experience that I not only saw, but lived myself, okay? Things that I've never shared before. So point number—
Hey, wait. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I did ask the same question. I asked the exact same question myself. I shit you not. But let's listen though. Let's listen. Because this dude about to go in.
Number one that I'm gonna make in this video is single mothers are single for a reason, okay? Now, I've heard people say this before, and I never really understood what that meant, right? Because maybe they just got cheated on, and right? I never really understood what single mothers are single for a reason meant until I started to actually get involved with one. But one thing that I would notice, guys, in the clubs was that a lot of the regulars, they actually had kids. So what I mean was, like, a lot of the women that I would see on a regular basis, like, they actually had kids. And in my head, I would always wonder, like, why does this chick who has a kid?
And again, I'm wondering, did you ask them? Like, you're the security. You're a security. So you having conversations with these chicks? And I'm not saying, listen. I know how the night scene goes. I mean, you know, you mingle, even though you security or whatever, unless you truly on your, like, you know what I'm saying, the protector, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be, human with it. But I'm just trying to figure out, how do you know all of this?
Why is she always in the club? Like, shouldn't she be home with her kids? Like, what is she doing here? Like,
how you know the dad ain't got them?
What the fuck? But it was never like a big question for me, because I never had any sort of relationship or involvement with a single mom, right? So it was just a question that never made sense to me, and I always kind of looked at them a little weird, right? But it wasn't until I got involved in a relationship with a single mom that I actually gained a whole different perspective of the situation, right? So I was bouncing, and this was—
Wait a minute. So you started dating one of the single moms from the club, and now you in your car complaining about it? Is this what's going on? Like, what is happening right now, dog? Like, what is happening right now? This is crazy. All right. Hold on. My bad. No, let me pull it back up. Let's go ahead and get back to it. This is crazy.
When I moved down to South Carolina, I was bouncing and I met this chick, right? This chick had great energy, or so I thought, right? She was very happy, outgoing. She had a good, fun vibe. So we ended up exchanging numbers, right? I met her when I was bouncing. And the important thing is that I quickly found out that she actually had a daughter. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing about it was, I was highly attracted to this chick. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? She has a kid. I've never been in this position before, and I don't even want kids, right? Because I've never really had that interest of having kids. So in my head, I was like, all right, look.
What? No, hold on. Wait a minute. So you went from saying, I'm gonna tell you why all of these baby mamas coming to the club ain't cool, and you said, why is she here? And you know she got kids. Then you turn around and get one of them pregnant. God damn it, Jim.
I'm not interested in having kids. You know what I'm saying? The risk is too fucking high. So if I have to, you know what I'm saying, help her with her kid, I don't see that as a problem, because I don't really want kids of my own, right? So I almost saw it as like a win-win, as stupid as that sounds, right? Because I didn't understand a lot of things, right? I almost saw it as a win-win. So I was like, all right, whatever. If I have to help raise her kid, that's fine, because I don't want a kid of my own. So at least I'm doing something for society, and I'm helping raise.
What kind of shit? What kind of shit? What? Wait a minute. Wait. What kind of... Hold on. Wait a
minute. God have mercy upon us. Because I hate you coward ass niggas. You a punk ass nigga.
That is wild. That man said, at least I'm contributing something to society. Bruh, that is not the reason why you want to have a family and kids. That should not, that is wow. 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 Let's keep on going and let's listen more. The time right now is 9:03 a.m. East Coast Standard Time, and I thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's get back to this bullshit.
A kid with a father masculine figure, or so I thought. Okay, so I ended up going out with this chick, and I quickly realized that this was one of those chicks that would be out in the club every week. Okay, and it was like the second time I hung out with her. And I asked her, hey, like, where's your kid at? You know, like, where's your kid at? And she told me, oh no, she's with my mom.
Why are you asking them that? You're supposed to be security. What is going on right now? Like, what is going on? So you security. I get it. He's supposed to secure the kids. I get it. So his job is to make sure all these kids got the proper babysitter instead of making sure don't nobody pull a pistol out in the club. Man, what is going on right now, dog? You're a security guard who works at the club, and you're asking all these women, why aren't you with your kids? What?
And as soon as she told me that,
maybe it's her birthday. Like anything. They could be celebrating a 15-year reunion as girlfriends or something after, like, you know, decades apart or something. I don't know. Like, bruh, it could be anything in the world. It could be any reason possible.
I already started to think, I don't want a kid with this chick. Mind you, I never wanted a kid in the first place, right? But I already knew in my head, like, this chick is recreational use only, okay? She's leaving her kid at the house while she's going to shake ass, drink, and club. Not
how do you know who's at the crib? How do you know who or what is going on? Like, I don't, you know what? You know what?
Only once every so now and then, but every fucking week. Okay. So I already knew, like, all right, let me proceed with caution, right? The more I got to know this chick, the more red flags that I began to see. Okay. But since I was so pussy whipped, essentially, by the fact that this chick looked pretty good and has such a good energy and vibe, I kept going deeper and deeper into the situation. One thing that caught my attention, guys, was that this chick would be buying bottles, right? Maybe every other week she'd buy a bottle, right? Like a Don Julio's or like a fucking, it was Don Julio's, right?
Every other week, Pete, every other week she buys a bottle. That's because that's her paycheck. She gets paid bi-weekly. So she went on her pay week. She comes through when she gets a bottle. That makes sense. Makes sense. Think about it, bruh. But I'm still trying to figure out, why is it that you as the security guard are sitting up here trying to tell somebody what's going on with their kids is amazing to me. Like, these are the mentalities of men out here nowadays on a certain level. This is crazy.
And also, she would actually buy me drinks every so now and then. Now, at the time, guys, I was working as a barber and I was just starting my barbering career. So, like, I remember having to check my bank account every time that I would go out because I didn't even have that much money to buy drinks. And there were a couple of occasions where she would buy me drinks, right? So in my head, I was like, damn, like, I guess this chick got some money, right? I guess this chick got some money. And I'm not going to say her occupation here because I don't want people to know who I'm talking about, right? So what I ended up realizing, guys, was that this chick was essentially broke. Like, this chick was essentially living some sort of paycheck to paycheck life. And the reason I found out about
it, bruh, you just said it. She bought a bottle every other week. Most people get paid bi-weekly unless you got a salary and it's monthly.
This was because she would always complain about the fact that her baby father is very stingy. He doesn't send me enough money. He doesn't help me out with the kid. He doesn't want to contribute enough money. But meanwhile, this chick was out here literally buying drinks for me, okay? Buying bottles and going to the club every week, okay? And that already made me realize, like, yo, thank God her baby daddy doesn't send her a lot of money, because look what she's fucking doing with it. And guys, I literally realized that
it looks like he has on a wedding band. Is that from him and her?
Drinks she would buy me was literally with the money of her fucking baby father. Guys, picture this. Child support money that a lot of these dads pay these single moms. This fucking single mom was out here in the clubs buying liquor, buying me drinks, buying bottles, to then complain to her baby father and tell him, yo, you're not sending me enough money. I need more help with the kid. You know what I'm saying? So this is what made me realize, yo, single mothers are single for a fucking reason. Okay. That's the first point that I realized. And seeing this from the inside perspective made me realize, like, yo, I'm going to just treat her as recreational use only.
Not everyone, Ignat. I mean, you know, I'm not in that category, but not everybody. Now, you got some people out here who really can do the damn thing Monday through Sunday. Oh, should I say Monday through Saturday, twice on Sunday.
But what happened was, guys, I ended up getting involved in a situation, actually developing a relationship with a child. And I'm going to get into that later. Okay. But bottom line, she was essentially buying me drinks, spending the money that her baby father would send her in the clubs and to buy me drinks and to buy bottles. Okay. And one time she actually didn't have enough money to pay rent to the point where her electricity.
How do you know all this?
He got shut off. Right. And at this point, this was when I realized, like, yo, something's really fucking off. Something's
yes, it is. You have too much information.
Really off. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, I was so involved in the relationship with her and her kid that I wanted to be a savior to her kid.
No, you didn't, nigga. You wanted to smash mama. Shut that shit up. Look, see, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all need to cut that shit. Shut up. Shut up. No, you didn't. You wanted to smash the mama.
Yeah, I saw her struggling because of her own decision.
And you knew to get to her, the best way to get to her is through the kid. Look like a savior for the kid. Go ahead and smash mama.
And I wanted to be there for the kid, which I'm going to go into later. But bottom line, guys, a lot of these single moms, they live in this.
How you want to be there for a kid you never met? I don't. Boy, man, these people.
It's real reality where they prioritize themselves over their kid. Guys, if their kid was a priority, they never would have left their baby daddy. They would have sucked their own pride. They would have worked things out with the father just because their kid is their priority.
How do you know what the circumstance is? How do you not know that this man wasn't beating the dog shit out of her because he has some kind of psychological defect? How do you not know that this dude is a track star and he keeps on leaving and saying he's going to get cigarettes? How do you not know that honestly he could be just an awesome, good dude who is a father to his kid, and maybe she's just feeding you a story because she's trying to find somebody to come save her now? Like, how do you not know?
And they would have wanted their kid to have a strong father figure or have a father figure. But since they're their own priority, whether that's because they're out clubbing or their ego is their own priority, that they can't just swallow their pride and just work things out with the baby father, they're single mothers. And I really legitimately realized how deep this shit goes once I got into the relationship, as I'm going to go further in later. So point number one, a lot of these chicks in the clubs that were regulars, they were single mothers, and they're single because they prioritize themselves over their fucking kid. Okay. Point number two. Okay.
How do you know? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. All right. Anyway,
is that women, single mothers, they use their kids as a guilt and shame tool. I don't know if any of you guys have played chess before, right? But you know the pawn, the piece that you just throw in the board and just give it up because it's not worth shit, and you just want to kind of strategize your way into position.
See, right there. Let's go ahead and pause it right there. First and foremost, anybody who's a true chess player, and we all know men use chess as examples and analogies and metaphors of life. The pawn is possibly one of the most important pieces because the pawn is the one piece that can turn into anything that you want besides the king. You lose your bishop, you get that pawn across the table, you can get your bishop back, so on and so forth. So the pawn is a lot more important than what you know. Every single piece on the board is important. So yeah, to say that the pawn is not important lets me know your level of how you think of when it comes to actual life. Let's keep going.
Yeah. A lot of these single moms use their kids as a pawn. And if you guys are baby daddies, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So guys, once I got into a relationship into a deeper sense with this situation that was going on, I ended up developing a connection with this kid. Kid was great. She was amazing. To be honest, zero complaints. Kid was amazing, right? And I ended up actually caring for this kid. And
while smashing mama. Why is he not trying to say that part? Like, I don't get that. Why is he not trying to say that part? Shout out. Much respect to everybody in the building. I appreciate you all for stopping by and just hanging out with me for the morning real quick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, why is he not saying that? Hey, you know what? And that's what's up. See, honesty is the best policy, but you can learn. You can learn how to play chess if you're interested. You'd be surprised how many then things in life you just start to think about as you're sitting back making your move. But anyway, let's keep on going. Let's get back to this video because this dude right here is wild.
When things would happen in the relationship where I would like just disconnect and just cut off, the kid would suddenly start to call my phone. Out of nowhere, this kid all of a sudden was actually calling my phone, which got,
because he was like, hold on, I know you ain't just smash my mama and roll out. Are you coming back? You said you was bringing me some ravioli.
Guys, in the past that wouldn't happen, right? So every time when we would break up, this kid would actually call my phone and ask me like, hey, what are you doing? Or like, where are you going? Right? And this is when I realized how dirty the manipulation tricks are.
That's why you don't try to go get into a relationship contingent upon, I want to try to do something for the kid, because even if you and the mom break up, you know who it hurts the most and who it really affects the most, having these continuously like rotating stepdads, if you want to say, is the child. It's the child. Like, what are you talking about right now? Come on, man. Facts. Let's get back to it. My bad, y'all.
Because if she's using her kid to fucking call me and to manipulate me into feeling bad, imagine how that baby.
Wait a minute. You said you wanted to be there for the kid. Bruh. Hold on, wait a minute. You said I wanted to do something. I wanted to be that. You initiated it. So now what? It's too much. It's too much. And you like, nah, I ain't trying to do this no more. You can just say that if that's the case. It's some sucker shit, but I mean, at least you being honest about it if you were to do so.
Baby mother, or how single mothers use their kids against their baby fathers, which I saw in real time. Which I'm not even.
And we're listening in real time on how your ass went on ahead and said, I want to hit them cheeks. Let me go ahead and try to befriend her, go through the kid, and make it seem like I'm so concerned about this child. Now that you done got the cheeks plenty of times, now you trying to get the out of here, man. This is wild.
I'm gonna get into, okay? But bottom line is, a lot of single mothers, they use their kids as fucking pawns on a chessboard. They'll use them to fucking manipulate you, and that's exactly what I experienced. Like, this chick would literally have her kid text me like, hey, where are you doing? Or I miss you, even though the kid would never do that previously. And that's when I realized, like, damn, over time, I realized like she was using her kid, which was like 9 or 10 at the time, to actually like guilt me into going back with her.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. You said, I want to save you and that baby. That's what you said in the beginning of this video. If you missed it on that part, y'all, you can rewind it back after the show. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? And since I was so invested in that kid's life, like I actually wanted to help that kid out. I want to see that kid.
Bow right there. You just said it again. I was invested in the kid's life. I wanted to help the kid out. Well, that means that was a decision, sir. That's right there. Thank you for saying it again. Now you don't got to rewind the tape. You just said it again.
Have a masculine figure and all this type of shit that I don't even believe in anymore, because I'll get into it later.
What do you mean? So hold on. Wait a minute. So you just threw away your masculinity? I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. Oh man. Shout out to Foxy. You know, I thought about you last week. I don't know if you hip or not. You know, I was talking about how my pops passed away.
And I thought about you because I remember when you was talking to me about that yourself. So yeah, much respect to you. Much respect to you, sis. What's going on with you? But let's get back to the show. Just holler at me, Foxy. Respect.
But yeah, single mothers, they use their kids as pawns. You know, if there's somebody watching this video and they're like, oh, that's not all single mothers. That is 95% of single mothers. I'll let the baby daddies in the comment section comment. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line, a lot of these single mothers use their kids as pawn and as leverage tools. You know what I'm saying? Think about how twisted that is, right? So point number 3 that I want to go into, which is actually very important.
Do you all agree with that? Do you agree? Thank you very much, Miss Joy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do you all agree that most women use their kids for pawns? Ladies, have y'all ever done that? Use the kids to go ahead and leverage some weight? You know what I'm saying? Be honest about it. If you have, just let us know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not a mom. That's why.
Important for you guys to understand is that single mothers don't care how much you do for their kids. Single mothers do not care how much money you spend on their kids, how much time you invest in their kids. They will literally cut you off and never say thank you, not give a fuck, and not recognize your effort and not honor it whatsoever. And the moment I realized this, guys.
Hold on, wait a minute. All right. So first of all, that's not your kid. Are you getting in this relationship to be a stepdad, or are you getting into the relationship to be with that woman? If you're getting in a relationship to be with that woman and that's not your kid, bruh, then if she cuts you off, yeah, of course, the kid goes with her. What are you talking about? What you think you still gonna be coming around and seeing a whole nother man's child because you and the mom not together, knowing that's the very reason why you tried to get with Shorty in the first place, was through the kid, was saying, I wanted to be like a stepdad type figure, but now you're sitting in the car complaining about it, then turn around and say, but that's what you wanted to do. Like, come on, man, get your shit together. Let's go.
This was a distinct moment that I realized this. We were in Target one time, okay?
Okay,
and
what happened in Target?
She had just gotten out of work. So she was with her daughter. We met up at Target. She was doing some grocery shopping. I came along. And I remember distinctly how she was ringing her items. I think the total was about $95, okay? And I remember at this time I was struggling with money, right? But since I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, Captain Save a Single Mother, I decided to pay for her groceries, right?
Didn't he just say it again? Am I tripping? I just want to know. Am I tripping? Didn't he just say it again? Because I wanted to what? I wanted to be Captain who? Huh? Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Right. And guys, my bank account, I remember, literally went negative to pay this fucking grocery bill. I literally was giving this woman all that I had. Like all that I had, giving it, right? And 2 days.
Miss Joy, if you still in the chat, type something for me, please, beloved. I just gave you a wrench.
Days later, I remember we had a disagreement where we literally like broke off, and I remember telling her like, yo, like you literally don't value anything I do for you or your daughter. And I remember her telling me this distinctly, guys. She said, I never asked you to do that anyways. I never asked you to do that anyways. And that moment was the moment that I realized, bro, you can be with the best of intentions with single mothers. You can be trying to like help them and help their kids.
No. You can be the best of intentions with the woman who doesn't even have kids, who don't even have kids. You can be the best of intentions for all of these people. What are you talking about? That don't matter. None of that matters. I don't even get what you even talking about right now. But what? Let's go.
But at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. And they're going to tell you, I never asked for you to do any of that anyways. Because at the end of the day, guys, the reason that they're single mothers.
Nah, bro, you just projecting at this point. That's an experience that he went through. That is unfortunate. Nobody likes to have their time or their heart played with, right? I don't think none of us like that. None of us like to feel like we invested and you didn't get what you thought that you was going to get out of it, right? What you envisioned to get out of it. I get all of that. If you live long enough and done enough, you've been there. We all have seen that before. But the fact that you're trying to sit up here and come off as if like that's all single moms, that's crazy. That's crazy. No, that's that woman that you were dealing with in particular. That's that woman. Okay. Because if you'd have came across somebody else who actually, if you didn't came across somebody else who actually, you are, I guess, compatible with, y'all click and everything, and it's for the right intentions, because that's the main thing a relationship should consist of, is intentions. What are you there for, and what are your intentions of being there? Like, your intentions was to go ahead and try to see if I can get close to you through, you know what I'm saying, fluffing up to your kid. Now watch this. You want to know why that shit all fell apart and it blew up in your face? Because of the intentions in which you went into that relationship. Ooh, wow. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact.
Let's go. Let's get back to it.
Is because they didn't give a fuck being single mothers. They chose to be single mothers, right? So if you think that...
Nigga, and you chose to be a Captain Save-A-Ho.
God have mercy upon us.
they need you or that you're adding some help to their life, they're not going to value that shit, because the fact that they're single mothers is a choice because they chose to not work things out with their baby father. Okay. I feel like the only situation that it makes sense would be if the baby father's a complete deadbeat and he disappeared and she's never heard from him. Right. But in these situations where the baby daddy's either involved or things were just broken off because of the situation, guys, she chose to be a single fucking mother. She chose to raise that.
Wait a minute. Let me read this. All right, man. Shout out to Foxy. The time right now is 9:25 a.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all for tuning in. So hold on. Wait a minute now. I would say most women than not use their children as pawns. Really? Give me some more from that. I know you saying not every woman. I got you. But you would say most women do, Foxy? Really? Okay. Talk about it. I do believe I put a link in there if you got a second. But yeah, you can type it in the chat if you like. I want to hear more about that. Let's go. Let's go ahead and get back to it. I appreciate you, Auntie Joy. Let's get it. Let's rock out.
Kid by herself. So you coming into her life and trying to add value and pay for her bills and help her, she's not going to value that shit. She's not going to value. She didn't even value being with the father of her child. You think she's going to value being with fucking you? And investing so much time and energy into this relationship, into this kid, made me realize, like, bro, this woman does not value anything. She literally told me, I never asked for you to do any of this anyways, right? And guys, the reason I'm telling you guys these stories is so you guys can realize the mindset of a lot of...
But she didn't. You said out of your own mouth, I want to go ahead and I want to try to see if I can save her and those kids. That literally is what you said. That's what you said. So honestly, she's not lying when she says that I didn't ask you to do none of this shit. Nigga, you volunteered. Did you or did you not? I'm just saying, did you or did you not volunteer? You smell me now? So I'm not even trying to hear that, but just briefly, because you know what I'm saying, I need to make sure I got everything still set in order. I'm going to take a very, very brief commercial break. We'll be right back after these quick commercial messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Skills around the corner. Walking on the fighting side of me.
That don't look like it.
It
goes down.
It don't go down.
Robert, it goes down.
No, it don't.
It do go down.
Oh!
Okay, let's go ahead and get back to it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's rock out.
These single moms, you know what I'm saying? This was the reality that I experienced, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, guys, like I've heard stories like this before, you know what I'm saying? I've heard countless stories like this before over and over again, but they never meant anything to me because I had never gone through it. I never thought it was real. But guys, this shit is real. When a woman...
Hold on. So let me see right here. So taking the man, her man and other children. Oh wow. Okay. I've been around these war stories and what some of these grimy women do. Okay. Even my mother was trying to get my dad to pay more money in court. He was an active father. I see where you at. I see where your headspace is, beloved. Okay, now let's go ahead and get back to this. Let's see what we got.
Is a single mother. It's a choice that she actually made because she chose to not swallow her ego and just work things out with her baby father, or she chose to value her.
I don't understand why people say stuff like that. Like, how do you know that working it out was even an option? How you know? Why do people think that every circumstance is just like, nah, you just chose to run off? Like how do you know how severe the dynamic was in that relationship that once was?
Her thought life over raising the kid with their baby father. And so you're putting yourself in a position where this chick is not going to value anything that you do. You're building a connection with the kid that's going to be taken from you 1 minute to the next, and she's not going to value anything that you did for her or her kid. And that was the reality that I lived. And guys, I'm not a bad looking dude. I'm 6'2", you know what I'm saying? I take care of myself.
You mean ladies? I'm not a bad looking dude. We could not care less, but go ahead.
So I was still putting up with this kind of bullshit, even as a dude like myself. So this is a learning opportunity for you guys that are either meeting chicks in the clubs that are single moms, or they're meeting single moms, period. I don't recommend anybody to date a single mom because they're not.
What does that mean, though? Man, I've been trying to figure this out for the longest. What does that mean? Huh? Don't talk to a single mom. Like, okay. All right. Once you get to a certain age, once you hit a certain age, it is virtually impossible to come across somebody who does not have at least one. Now, you can then have your standards on it. Like me, I have more of a standard of, I prefer if you do, like, for example, now watch this, right? I prefer if you are a single mother, then I at least want the kids to be old enough, like, you know, like a good old, like, you know, 17, 18 and up type. Now, mind you, does she have children? Is she a mom? Yeah, that makes her a single mom. But guess what? Her kids are grown. You see what I'm saying? So it don't even make a difference. And that's the thing that I'm also thinking about too. Like, how do you, I mean, so what? You went from being a security guard to being all in a business like that? Like, what are we talking about right now? You see what I'm saying? Yes. Exactly. I pointed that out earlier too. You see what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, it's probably from one of them olds that he met at the daggone club. You know, like 9 times out of 10, Foxy.
Not going to value anything you do. You're going to put yourself in a position where you're investing into this relationship with a kid who, at the end of the day, the mom kid gives 2 fucks about. Okay. And also, they're going to use that kid as a piece on a chessboard. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, this is the reality about single mothers, man. The bottom line, guys, single mothers are single for a reason. Do not invest.
What do you mean? I don't understand. You're sitting in the car by yourself talking and shit. All right.
it's just wild to me, the mentality and like the narratives that we will push out here. And I'm saying this from like a non-balance, like people have such a non-balance today. It's like no balance. It's like you don't even know how to think right anymore. Let's go.
That's your time into relationship with them. You're gonna spend energy, time, investment into a kid and into a relationship that she doesn't even value and she doesn't even care about.
That's what men do anyway. Anything that we do, if you put your all into it, which you should, and not half-ass it, as they used to say back in the day, then it is going to take some of your time, energy, effort, even maybe some finances involved with it. That's like literally just life. Like, I don't understand why we're that's like saying, like, you know what, guys, I love my job, but I mean, I'm just saying, man, this traffic every day, like, bruh, like, that's just, unless you have a helicopter or something to land you on the rooftop of your where you work at, that's gonna be a part of it. That's gonna be a part of that shit. You smell me now?
Because she chose to be single. And if there's any single moms watching this shit, I'm here to tell y'all this. The fact that you're a single mom 95% of the time is because of a choice.
Is that true, ladies? I'm not a single mom. I'm asking y'all, is that true? And if so, what was the choice or the lack thereof? You let me know.
It's because you chose to do that. You could have worked things out with the baby father if you valued raising your kids together, but you valued your ego above lowering it and just swallowing it and just taking the humble pie for your kids. Or maybe you're just a single mom. For example, in the case of this chick, she was just out in the streets, prioritizing herself over her kids. So bottom line, let me know what you guys thought about the video.
Nah, I mean, you know, I'm good on that part. All right, so he talking about when it comes to the single mother aspect, like I don't, what? Why you say that? Why you say that? Nah, I get you. You don't think it's a choice? Why don't you think it's like, do you, like you saying you think it's not a choice or you know it's not a choice? Like, I need to know which one you standing on. I agree. I agree. Yeah, because that's wild. Because see, the thing is that like, that's look, the main thing that I caught in all of that is projection. The man was projecting. That's what was going on during that whole interview. Was nothing but projection. Because the thing is, that's a single, like that's a singularity, if you want to say. That's not every single situation and circumstance. No. So that's just like saying every single black person this, every single white person that, every single blah, 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 anything. No. You have to know how to look at a person and an individual and their circumstance for what that circumstance is. You can't be trying to put that shit on nobody else just because you had a bad encounter with one individual. And that's why now, right there, I can honestly say that is an extremely valid time, ladies, to say who hurt you and you need to go heal. You know how that's thrown around so much for everything. I do believe that's one of those moments that you actually can say that. Who hurt you? Like, really, who hurt you? Apparently, it was one of them baby mamas that you already talked about starting into your discussion. Then you go into the simple fact of, what? You wound up messing with one of them, and now you mad because they throw you to the wayside and say, I don't need you for that? Yeah. She'll be right back at the club getting another bodyguard. I mean, really. So, man, shout out to the family. As always, you know how we do. Get our day going. I appreciate everybody. Yes, let's go ahead and let's kick it on out with some Lighthouse Jams.
I hope everybody had themselves a wonderful day so far. And if you have not so far, I hope that your day gets better as long as it goes. But let's go ahead and listen to some music done by yours truly, and let's rock out.
It's time for us to tap in, third eye open like the river. I be running, thoughts glowing, popping up with idea. Yes, yes, you can tell a friend that I'm smitten. I'm the Mr. 007. I'm not here to preach the gospel, but I goes in like the reverend. Shoes off when I walk in and keep it chillin', peaceful. I'm the neurotoxins, fighting off the disease. Cool and collected, well respected. Save the drama for your mama. Speak your mind, hit the lip, hit you chew. Every person in the building, come up and tell me what you think. I retired from the streets, now pushing content and chill beats. Gotta keep your head up even when you feel defeats.
Welcome to the lighthouse. Storm all around. I'm standing right now, sent from the cloud. They talking mine now, but I'm just fighting for my blood and my life. Yeah. Sent from the heaven, king on seven, trials on trials, still count blessings. Wait on the revelating, heart in heaven. I stay patient, I'm beyond the angels. I am mad, I bleed, I'm tangled. Soul on my back, axe on the strap. Go with the weight of the word in my lap. Touching my king, we doubling back. Pray with my palm, but I'm ready for that. Long side Coney King. Greatness, stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acre, you can keep your Grammy. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is greatness, DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Long Star Tunic, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation. Still waiting on revelation. Till then I'm in rotation. Heard of my chases, but I'm chasing. Turn my scars into statements. I don't need to stage a camera. I need these papers, hand and hammer. Still in my spine, still in my hands. Guarding my bloodline, holding this land. They can test, they can try, they can hate me. I've been forging a fire that will make me PG raised. Lone Star in my vein. DMV on the map, say the name. Lone Star Cooney Kings, that's greatness. Stand tall, whole county on the wait list. I just want my acres, you can keep your Grammy. Build this from the gravel for my whole family. PG is greatness, DMV ain't faking. If I said I'm the one, no, I wasn't mistaken. Don't talk Cooney K, yeah, we blazing. Welcome to the Lighthouse Foundation.
My energy is mistaken for frustration, but really I'm a guy who sat back with observation and patience. Some of our thinking is outdated. Thank you for stopping by to say hi. Thank you, come imagine. And while you gone, tell a friend to tell a friend, Smitty. Yes, we heard you, now go and smash the like button like a burger. Information I recruited, I digress, my mic is muted. Mr. 7, I'm ghost. I got rest, my mic is muted. Mr. 7, I'm ghost. My energy is mistaken for frustration, but really I'm a guy who sat back with observation and patience. Some of our thinking is outdated. Thank you for stopping by to say